What do you got on your table? I'm going to go by table, just hear what I got. Some of you are still working, which is not a bad idea, but it's just the wrong time, unfortunately. We're waiting for a few. Yep, that's what we need. Okay, so can I just point to a table and you tell me what you got? I'll start with this one. What do you got? How's it sound? You got one between you? Go ahead. Say it.
We said that once we break them.
We'll go ahead. Say, hi Ray, good to see you. I don't know how you can do it.
Ray, good to see you. I need some help here.
Yeah?
In class, when we threw the stove block, it was unsafe behaviour.
No, because you went up in inflections, so I'm still waiting. It's not my turn to talk yet, you see. If you said it's unsafe behaviour and just waited, then I would have gone, but you said it's unsafe behaviour and I thought you were going to finish it off, so I was going to wait. So try it again, that line, when you threw the stapler.
When you threw the stove block, that was unsafe behaviour.
I didn't hurt anyone, no.
No, you didn't hurt anybody. However, that was unsafe behaviour. You could have hurt somebody.
No, I'm a good shot. I didn't, no.
This time you didn't hurt somebody, but somebody could have been hurt.
You're already confronting. Before you confront, listen, so you drag me back into the adult. Each time you listen, I go back to the adult. If you confront and I'm not quite there, I'm just going to sidestep and argue with you irrationally. So how are you going to get me back? How are you going to hear that? Okay, we'll come back to you. Somebody else, because that's hard. It's not easy what we're doing. You want to tell me what you did? Invite me in, whatever you're going to do. Come on.
You or Bonnie?
Okay, deal with her. Yeah, go on.
Thanks for coming. Hi, Bonnie. I appreciate it. We need to talk about what happened in class today.
Yeah.
So we had an issue with the stapler. What happened?
Slipped.
Okay. So you wouldn't mean to hurt anybody. You just threw it because it slipped. Is that right?
Well, it slipped. Yeah, I didn't hurt anyone.
No, I understand that. And you didn't hurt anyone. And assuming that you wouldn't want to hurt anyone. However, you did throw a stapler, and we don't do that sort of thing in our classroom because it is unsafe.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Not bad. We can play, but that's good, pretty good. That's, by the way, this does not have to be word perfect like the control stuff. Just close. Okay, close enough, and that was certainly close enough. Okay, you didn't empower her in the normal sense, so you could have played with that. And a few, just little bits and pieces, but it's good, it's very good. Somebody else, this table. I threw a stapler.
Come in on and talk to you about what happened this morning.
Okay.
That was a great throw, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
But not all the kids are as good throwers as you are. So I'm concerned that next time someone throws it up that's in you, maybe you might be concerned about your.
Very clever. You hear him? No. It was clever enough to hear. Let's try that again. And then I'll tell him that you can stop him, but we'll do that next time.
Come in, Ray. Thanks for coming. I'm really concerned about what happened this morning. It was a great throw, by the way. Look, not all the kids in the class are as good as you at throwing things around the room. So I'm a little bit concerned that next time someone throws something after seeing you, maybe you might be hurt.
Not bad. He's already in a confrontation because he used humour to sort of dissipate any problems, and it would have worked beautifully. Okay, so I'm going to save that part of it until after we've heard, because mostly you have to hear first before you can get away with what you got away with. But you got away with it because you're used to it, I can tell, because and your voice is perfect. Everything's just the way it should be. So, and a lot of people in this room will be like that because you do this for a living. I understand that. But you're going to have to somehow get this across to your teachers, because it's no good you having these conversations anymore unless it's your kid in your class. This is what you have to have other people do with the kids in their class. As we said, the only way you maintain relationship power is to talk to your own kids. Yeah? So you're now becoming a coach, not a skilled expert at this. Okay, so That's the first 3 steps. Now, in the listening, we reframe, and like you said, I hate these things, but I thought I'd better show you. Don't get stuck on them, whatever you do. I don't know if you've ever been introduced to a social worker, but it's sometimes really funny. As you know. How are you? Hi. You know, what's your name? Ray Lewis. If I hear you correctly, your name is Ray Lewis. And you sort of get scripted. So try and avoid that. But some of you will naturally want to do that. And it's probably right. And I usually just do it in the form of a question. So that's all I say. So you wouldn't have done it if she didn't make you or something. Now, the reframing is more important. Reframing is a process where you take the pressure off the person. You maintain the knowledge that the behaviour occurred, but you take the pressure off the person. This is definitely not counselling. This is manipulative. Who can give me another one? Let's say throwing the stapler. How could you reframe that? Why did you throw the stapler? You in class. You say to me, Ray, look, you threw a stapler, could hurt someone. Please pass it hand to hand. I say, she needed it. She wanted in a hurry. No, I understand, but hand to hand. No, that's stupid. And okay, so what would you choose as a way of reframing throwing the stapler? Yeah, try and help someone. Yeah, that's it. So the only reason you threw it was you wanted to help someone. Huh?
I can see you were trying not to get out of the fish.
Good. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Anything that. So the only reason you threw it because you didn't want to leave your seat. All that sort of stuff. You've got to be okay. Next one is you wouldn't have done it if she hadn't talked to you first, or hadn't initiated the conversation, or hadn't said that thing about your mother. So the only reason you sort of floored her was because she said that rude thing about your mother. You wouldn't have kicked her if she hadn't said that. And they'll say yes, which is all you want, because the minute they say yes, they've acknowledged they've done the kicking or the throwing or the talking or whatever it is. So these are very important kinds of statements, even though they're not humanistic, and they are manipulative. And if they ever come back and say it again, you know they need to hear it again because they're worrying that you mightn't like them as a person. D's are very sort of, you're heading towards a D kid if they keep coming back at that again. They've got serious doubts about whether you like them. And you may have to say, look, I think you're a great kid. I understand that you only threw it because... And you don't believe it for a minute. You don't have to believe it. You just got to sound like you believe it. That's the tricky bit. That's where I get into trouble. But I think that's true. Okay, having listened, and you listen to its extent that you need to listen. You don't cut it short. Teachers are very good at that. They want to get on with the business, right? So let's try that. And one of you will be a student who has quite a complicated few things to say. I want you to manipulate the dialogue a little bit, or if you want, I will, but maybe one of you is willing to do this. We'll take it from the top, yeah? So we're going to hear the introduction, the welcoming, the empowering, the statement of the problem, the listening with a reframe, and then the listening as it occurs, as it is necessary. Who's prepared to do that? Who can be the teacher in such a situation? I'll give the mic. Anyone game? I can do it if you want, but it's better if you do it. I mean, I think there's something most of you would be pretty good at. I tell you what, I'll do the listening. Who's prepared to be a student that's going to give me a bit to listen to? Good. All you've got to do is tap into a kid you know, really. And yeah, good. Okay, so what happened in class? I need to know first. You're outside playing, yeah? Oh, handle. Okay, so you're swinging a skipping rope around your head, handle out, and it could have hurt someone. And I've had to say, look, we need to talk about this, yeah? And your name is?